Hello everyone, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just tell me that everything is okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so everyone can hear me well. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. So here I am for another live on the beautiful topic of Italian last names. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a while since the last live. And I thought it was a good moment for two reasons. First, because honestly, this week I didn't have anyone. I didn't have anything as video because I'm preparing a big series of videos about Italian history with historians, with a lot of editing, research, shooting, and if everything goes according to plan, my this video will go live next Friday. And the second reason is that on the comments of past videos, many people are still asking for their last names. So I was wondering maybe we could do another episode. And here I am, so I'm very happy to be with you. And so let's start immediately. Thank you so much. I hope the correct pronunciation is Renee Pastrano, who donated $10. Thank you so much. Really super appreciated. So let's start with you. I checked because you didn't write anything in the comments, so I researched it very quickly now, and it appears to be from southern Italy. It is a Spanish toponym, so basically is a city in Spain, and so people from the city in Spain who went to southern Italy because southern Italy was conquered by the Spanish kingdom of Aragon in the 15th century. So many people is not a very common last name in Italy in general, but those people from Spain maintained this last name that talks about a place in Spain as their last name. I checked the map. Is not a very common last name. There are some between Calabria, Sicily, and Naples, but there are some also in Piedmont. And this, as I explained many times in other lives, is because in the last 60, 70 years, there has been an insane non-stop migration from southern to northern Italy. So many last names originally from northern Italy moved, originally from southern Italy moved to northern Italy. I hope I answered you well, Renee. Then there is Hernan. Rosa, Hernan, where are you from? And thank you so much, you also for the donation. Thank you so much. Rosa is pretty straightforward. This is a last name that is, let's say, one of the few last names that is quite common all across Italy and indicates both the color, which in English is pink, but most importantly, the flower, the rose. So this is what your last name refers to. If you tell me where you're from, if it's the US, Brazil, Mexico, whatever. Yeah, probably this is Canada. Yeah, Canada dollar. I can imagine the region you're from, but this is one of the few Italian last names that is quite common all across the peninsula. And then now I'll go in order with the chats. So Bassetti, this is this is quite common in Italy. First of all, remember, I always say that many Italian last names are composed of a root of the word, which in this case is the bas, which means depending on the masculine, female, singular, plural means short, of short height. Okay. Etti, as I told so many times to other people, is one of the many Italian suffixes that give a specific meaning to a certain adjective. Etti means tiny, small, probably referring to last names young. So these people were either young or either very short in height, and this is where your last name comes from. Normally, these kind of last names are from central northern Italy, can be Tuscany, can be Lombardy, can be Veneto, Liguria. It's hard to tell you. I imagine that you are from as most of my viewers, you are from the US. Let me know. I'm curious. Bertorelli. This one, I have to think about it. Bertorelli. This I have to make some research because it doesn't come to my mind. It seems while I'm searching, also this one has a suffix at the end of the. Sorry, I'm looking for answers. Better, yeah. This one is made of two parts. I was looking for the region of origin. Bertorelli sounds more central northern Italy. For sure, what it means is Bertolo is a name. Bertolo, Bartolus in original Latin. So this was a name. Ello or Elli is again a suffix indicating someone small or of a young age. Okay. Then we have. Sorry. Okay. Then we have let's see, black you put many. Let's see which one can be more interesting. For sure, one very interesting is boschiero, which first of all, the final suffix tells me that this is from northwestern Italy, because ero, era, this is a typical suffix from northern Italy. But bosco in Italian is the wood. So probably this was a person who somewhat, your ancestor was a person who somewhat came from the countryside. So from the woods. And so boschiero means someone who comes from the countryside, or it could be also someone who work as a timber, so work with woods. Okay, in logging, timber work, etc., etc. Okay. What do we have now? Then we have you have many. I'll go, if we have time, I'll go back black to others, to your other last names in a minute. Mercogliano. Mercogliano. This doesn't come to my mind immediately. I have to check for this. Mercogliano. Oh, this is not common. Mercogliano. Let me check. Mercogliano. It comes from Naples, from the Naples region. Merco could come from Mercurius, Mercury. I haven't checked that yet. I'm just guessing. So basically, origin like an ancient Roman last name from the god Mercury. I'm imagining, but now I want to verify something comes to my mind. This ano last suffix normally is from Campania, from southern Italy, from the region of Naples. Let me know where you're from. I'm curious. Then I'll go to the other last name, Mano or Mano. Mano, it's very easy, means hand. This is pretty straightforward. You tell me that she's from Veneto. I don't think this is only specific from Veneto, but I have to check. Now let's see some other last names. I was checking, this Mercogliano is from actually from the Apennine region east of Naples. Also, I was checking, very, very widespread in the Italian diaspora in the US and Argentina, and it could also be from a country, a village in the country in the Apennine Mountains, known as Mercoglianum in Latin. Then let's see others. Thank you so much, Mike, for your donation. Thank you immensely. So I'll immediately read yours. These ones I don't even have to check. These ones are very, very easy to spot. We have Rinaldi. This is a Germanic. This last name has a Germanic origin in Italy. As I said many times, there are so many last names of Germanic origin because after the fall of the Western Roman Empire, many Germanic tribes invaded Italy. So Germanic names were Italianized, but the root is still Germanic. This Rinaldi is probably what I think is in the top 20 most common last names in Italy. It comes from Reinald, which is originally a Germanic last name and is very, very widespread in Italy. I mean, you are from the US, so most likely you are from southern Italy, but this last name is common all across the Italian peninsula, which is rare because, as I said many times, Italian last names are extremely regionalized. Not only regionalized, sometimes are specific of a single village or town. Monacelli, even easier. The root of the word is monarch, which is monk, the Monaco monk. So the monk in English, the priest who live in a monastery. Celli, Monacelli, they're young and probably plural, young and probably of short height. This elli again is an important suffix in the Italian language that we apply to adjectives, but also to names, but also to last names. This is a very unique feature of the Italian language that give us the freedom to give a certain name or a certain adjective a specific connotation that is very difficult to do. For example, in English, we have Elietto, Inoone, Azzo, so many, and the same adjective with these different suffixes, the meaning changes nearly completely. It's something that I really, really miss of the Italian language when I speak English. It's difficult to explain if you don't know Italian, but it's a crucial feature of our language. Monacelli, let's see where it is. Monacelli seems to Central Italy, Lazio region, Umbria, Marche, Central Italy. Let's go back to, we were Mercogliano, we were this, I did, Pastrana did it. Serrato. Okay, Serrato, this shouldn't be difficult as well. Again, in Italians, since Italy is Italian is a very conservative language where basically a a speaker of modern Italian can understand most of the words from Middle-Age Italian, differently from what happens in English. So also last names, their meaning is quite easy to spot for an Italian. Not always, but quite easy to spot for an Italian. And this is, again, not the case in English. Serrato is an adjective that in English means locked, literally. And this is from north of Naples, from the Caserta province. Then we have lavagetto. Okay, this is easy. Lava means to wash. Lavare, the verb lavare in English means to wash. And again, etto is another suffix indicating young people or short-sized people. So this is first of all, this specific suffix is more common of northern Italy. Also, that j sound like that is more common of northern Italy. And if you tell me that, Andres, that you are from Argentina, we know that because who follows my channel knows that, because I dedicated many videos about that. In Argentina, most Italian immigrants are from northern Italy. So let's see the origin on the map, but I'm sure that this is from northern Italy. Yes, of course. Like many people in Argentina, you are from Liguria and Piedmont in the northwest, like the former Pope Jorge Bergoglio. I dedicated a video about him. You are the typical Italian immigrant from Argentina, especially the first wave of Italian immigrants, because again, the way your last name sounds is very, very northern Italian. Serrato, I said it. Basilone, like the gold medal in World War II, John Basilone, that Americans pronounce as Basilon. You know that I am also very passionate about the ships, warships, and navies. There is a United States destroyer, Harley Burke destroyers, named after John Basilone, or Basilone in Italian, who was a gold medal, I think twice gold medal in World War II. And he was from southern Italy. I don't remember exactly where. I think Campania, Basilone. Yeah, from Campania. Basilius. This has many last names in southern Italy. This is from Greek origin. Basilius is king in Greek. Then we have pedone. Pedone literally means pedestrian in Italian. Musso. This is I had a friend who was called a colleague who was called Musso. This I think is from Calabria or Veneto. This is strange because there is a route in southern Italy and one in northeast. If I'm not mistaken, the Mussi are the I don't remember this word in English. One second. I don't remember how this word is. Donkey. They are the donkeys. Let's see the origin. Yeah, both Calabria, Sicily, but also some in Veneto and Piedmont. But I think the real origin is in southern Italy, and then with the emigration to northern Italy, now there are many people there. You are Galu, you are from France. I didn't forget. I haven't forgotten about you guys. Italian diaspora in Europe. I just need time, but I did not forget. Faustini, siamo del of course. Faustini Studio has like 80% of Italian Brazilians. I dedicated a video about that. You are from Veneto. That is Brazil is like Veneto in South America. Faustin is a small guy named Fausto, a typical name from northern Italy. Bordi, this is also from northern Italy. Let me check. No, it's central Italy, actually. Marche region in the central eastern Italy. But Bordi, this I have to check the meaning because it doesn't immediately resonate. Bordi. Could be Germanic. Or from the Latin prename Burdus. Or from the Germanic name Burdius. This is uncertain. There are many hypotheses. Let's go on. Casciani, this one I checked. This is quite common. It was on the comments, so I did a little research before the live, so I can be more precise. Yeah, exactly. Okay. First, this sh sound is an evolution. This cash is an evolution of the sound, the Latin sound s. So this was the original Latin name from a very, very prestigious and ancient Roman family, the Cassi or Cassius in singular, that became Cash during the Middle Ages. And Casciano is also a place in central Italy. So probably your family originally was even way remotely, maybe not directly your family, but their ancestors. This is also very common in Italy. Were from this place, San Casciano, but the real very old root is from the family of the Cassi Longini, a very, very old family in the old Roman times. You put so many: Bracciale, Marcella, Violo, okay. I'll focus on the on the last one because it's very, very funny. In Italy, there are very funny last names with meaning, including mine, Coniglio, which literally means rabbit. Magnapera means eat the pear. Literally, eat the pear. Magna is a variation in certain regions of Italy of mangia, which means eat. And so literally this means eat the pear. Magna pera. Let's see where it's from. Southern Lazio, Frosinone and Latina province, not very common. Then we have this is also easy. Bracciale, Eduardo. Bracciale is I don't know the term in English. Tell you in a second. The bracelet. But again, I told this, and let's see where this is from. Southern Italy. I told this many times during the live, but I think it's important to remember this. Italian language has an amount of last names that I think is unique in the world, considering that we are not even 60 million people and decreasing steadily. Like English, Spanish, French, nowhere near, not even put together, these other languages have the amount of last names that we have in Italy, but nowhere near, due to our incredibly rich history and especially rich independent regionalized history that gave so many last names. Let's go on. Bertorelli, yeah, you are in the US, and you are from Parma. Rare emigration from the Emilia-Romagna region to the US. The most famous case is the family, half family of James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano, whose father was from Borgotaro in the province of Parma in Emilia-Romagna, in the north of the country. Yeah, Bassetti, you are from the north and your family is from Lombardy, of course. Mike and Faustino, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. Let me go on. We are from Ponte Landolfo. Okay, I have to check where this place is because I don't know. Ponte Landolfo. Ah, okay, in the Campania region. Okay. Then we have Girlato. This is I have to check. This I really don't know. Girlato. This is not common. Girlato. Doesn't exist in my sources, but this means Girlato, where you're from, because this means that um, this was somewhat changed where you live when you emigrate, when your family emigrated, because it doesn't exist. None other in existence are from our small family originating from Lazio. Are you sure, Remo, that this was the exact pronunciation of this last name? Mercogliano Ellie, you're from Melbourne. Love you guys, Italian Australians. Costa La Rosa, this is super easy. La Rosa is the rose because La is the article. Costa is one of the most common last names in Italy and is also one of the few last names that we have in common with other Romance languages such as Portuguese and Spanish, and Costa is the coast. Then we have Cappellari, easy, people who made hats. My neighbor is Cappellaro, so singular. Cappellari is plural. This is probably from central Italy. Literally means the artisans who made hats. The cappello. Cappellari. It seems from Veneto in the northeast. Then we have Nagliacci. This is interesting. I don't understand the root, but the suffix is interesting because acci, accio, acce, accia is a sorry, I have to check the correct term in English. Is a pejorative suffix to indicate something bad. But I don't know this Nagliacci. This I really don't know. This I have to check. This I really don't know. This I really don't know. Doesn't count anything. I'll go back to that later. Then oh my God, Pamela, you're a relative of the gold medal. Oh, that's a great honor. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much. Let's go on. let's go on to Biafore. This I've already heard. Let me check. Hello, Bo. So nice to see you in the chat. This is my friend Bo Bird from Alabama, and we had lunch together in Rome. A beautiful experience. Really, really an unforgettable afternoon in the city center of Rome. Thank you so much, Bo, for that beautiful experience. What was I saying? Biafore. I know a guy called Biafora. This is from it's from Calabria. Don't understand the meaning of this one. Let's see. Biafora. Probably is a patronymic from someone with this name Biafas, but is there are not is for sure it's from Calabria, but there are not clear indications on the meaning, which is about the meaning, which is rare for Italian last names whose meanings are quite straightforward. See if I can check. See, probably it might derive from a French word, biafort, which meant, and I have to find this term in English because I know how to say it in English, which meant, sorry for the pronunciation, let's see how to pronounce. Curfew, meant curfew. Then we have Tartaglia. I have a friend called Tartaglia. This is should be from could be from Abruzzo, Molise. Tartaglia. Let's see the meaning. Tartaglia. These ones are difficult. This I didn't know. Basically, in ancient Italian, tartaglia was a verb which referred to. Let me check this word in English because I don't know. To stammer, to stutter, to bubble, to falter. Okay, when you cannot properly speak. Farini, this is quite easy. The farina is the flour. Sorry for the pronunciation. Not the flour, the flour in the garden, but the flour you use to cook. Okay, this is a slightly different archaic version of the word farina, which literally means flour. Sorry, I cannot distinguish the pronunciation between the flour and the flour. Sorry for my terrible English. Let's see where it is. Okay, it doesn't exist, but this means that probably it was without the double N. Probably the double N was added when your family migrated, because the original one is Farini from Emilia Romagna in the north. Where you're from, so we can understand. Quoti domine, this is interesting. This I have to check, but this is very interesting and rare. Very beautiful last name and interesting to talk about tonight. Quoti doesn't exist this way. This Domine is the Lord Jesus Christ in Latin, but this put this way, I can't find anything that. Did you Quoti Domine? Probably this was not like this when your family migrated. Where? Fontanazza, super easy. Azza, as I said, is let's say a pejorative suffix, either pejorative or to indicate something something earthy, lowbrow, gross, just to understand. And the fontana is the fountain. So a big fountain and not particularly beautiful. Maybe your family lived near a fountain, something like that. Something like that. Renesto. This is some name that became a last name. Yeah, it's from Veneto, as you already said. Yeah, it's extremely rare and probably sounds Germanic. Probably probably comes from a guy which had some strange Germanic last name like Renst, something like this, and it was Italianized. Yeah, that is the most plausible explanation. Then we have Vian. Can you hear me again? Yeah, okay. Sorry. Oh my god, there's so many. Vian, very easy. This last name is in An, N. The very few last names of the Italian language which do not end in vowel but in consonant, they're always 99% of the case from the Northeast, Veneto and Friuli. So Mario, maybe you are Brazilian, or maybe you are a Friulian from Canada, or a Friulian from Argentina. I don't see you Italian American. Let's see if I am right. John Castelletti, very easy. Small castle, very easy. Small castles, because etti, the I in Italian indicates the plural masculine. Feniello, this yellow is super easy to spot, is from Campania, the region of Naples, and in fact you are from Salerno. Very easy. Fen, this I have to check. Yeah, it could be some name of someone, but it's not it's not straightforward. Feniello, give me some time to check. Feniello. This doesn't really come to. But in the meantime, I go. Magnapera, yeah, we already talked about. Aquino, Frosinone, so in Latium. Zambonelli. This is not so uncommon, actually. So probably you are from Lombardy, Veneto, and so you are from South America, because this is interesting, because this Zamb, this is the northeastern Italian variation of the Italian sound Gian. For example, a guy called Giampaolo, which in French would be Jean Paul. In Northern Italian, this J becomes a voiced Z. So Zambon, Zambonelli, ZZ. Okay, so you're probably this was a guy called Gian Battista or Gian something, but in Venetian and Eastern Lombard is Z. Z. This is not so uncommon. Albernaz. This I think is of Spanish origin. Let me check. Yeah, Zambonelli is in the northeast, as I was expecting. Albernaz. No, it's not. It could be Albornoz, which is another Spanish. I think this is not Italian. Actually, I think this is Spanish, but there are many Spanish last names that during the Middle Ages arrived to Italy. Boniello, super easy, from Campania, Naples region. Bonus, a good guy. Young, small, good guy. Buono. Girlato, I didn't find anything interesting. It's Spanish. Albernas is Spanish. I think you can find someone with this last name in Sicily and in southern Italy, but originally is from Spanish. Mega. I think this is Greek origin, southern Italy. Mega means like big. Yeah, exactly. It's Greek. Means big. Yeah. This is beautiful. Mangiaracina. This is so beautiful, from Sicily. It's a small fish. It's a small fish that Sicilians hate to fish because it's not good. Let me find some translation in English, because this is Sicilian dialect. Mangia. Yeah. And normally it indicates someone who also someone who also eats very fast, like fish, very very fast, in a very, let's say, vulgar way. So this is a super Sicilian last name. Reineri, this epsilon is not Italian, so this was somewhat changed. This is Ranieri, which is a very common last name all across Italy. Another Germanic from Haina, very common. Fino, super easy. Thin, like this, thin. Lo Cicero, super Sicilian. Cicero was a Roman name. like an important. I have a friend which this last name, we have very important Roman family in the ancient Romans, and now is particularly common in Sicily. Very common last name in Sicily. Rame, super easy. Copper. I got so many. Castretti from San Benedetto del Tronto. I have roots there, because my beloved grandfather and my great grandfather that you can find behind me, they were from a village close to San Benedetto del Tronto, which was called Civitella del Tronto, alongside the Tronto River between Abruzzo and Marche. Di Rienzo, very common, normally Napolitan, Campania. Renzo, from Rensus, is an ancient Roman name. This variation, instead of Renzo, Rienzo, is typical of Napolitan dialects. Di means son of. Hello, Grace. So happy to see you. Nicola. Ciao. Maretti, from the sea. Vatteroni. I think this is from the north. This is from the north, and this is the last one I do. And then after this very nice hour, we're gonna close the live. Vatteroni. About this. Yeah, it's probably, it has origin from a person that was called Vatero, that probably comes, this is my idea, is not written there, but my idea probably comes from vetero, old, which means old. Oni is another suffix of the Italian language, which means big. Oni is plural masculine, so big guys, somewhat, okay? Big descendant of Vatero. Okay. So I wanna finish here. You see, I'm reading the last things. Just visit my grandfather place San Mango sul Cadore in Avellino. Beautiful. Always remember your roots, guys. Always important. Been told that Tartaglia, yes, he was a famous mathematician. Yeah. Abruzzo, yeah. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this lovely hour together. I hope I gave you the service you wanted. Thank you so much for the donation, but really thank you so much just for being here. And please do not miss 2 p.m. next Friday, the 14th of November, this video that I've been working on relentlessly. I have also one of the most important American historian intervening in this video about an important piece of Roman history when the Pope was drove out of Rome. I worked on this video so much, and I really hope you're gonna like it. So I'm trying different things to keep you interested and engaged, and so always let me know and give me all the feedbacks that you can. Thank you so much, and see you very soon. And if you guys really love my project, as Bo and some other people in this chat has already done, please, for a very small amount of money, which for me is a lot, consider become a member, because I will share with you a lot of my research, my life, what I'm doing. So consider for just 199 or for the highest level 499 becoming a member, because I think it really helps me, and it's also a very nice experience for you. And thank you so much. Ciao ragazzi.